All right, JV was 48-41. Oh. Thanks. With the Rebel rebound, and Rich celebrates a 51-46 victory.
Rich Rebel basketball is on. After returning to the semifinals and graduating 7 seniors last year, the Rebels reload for this season with a young, athletic roster and hopes of another run at the title.
He'll shoot over the top and miss, and Wilson is there for the quick putback. He didn't come down, just in the air, pushed it right back up and in.
Coach Ashley Brown leads the Rebels out onto the hardwood, and the Rebels are ready to run.
Just as the Rebel crowd starts to chant, "I believe that we have won."
MyLocalRadio.com presents Rich Rebel Basketball on KADQ-FM 98.3. Rebel Radio, with live streaming video at MyLocalRadio.com.
Fires up, left corner, Wilson for three. No, just off the back of the iron, but he gets the shooter's touch. It hits the front of the iron and rolls down through.
Rich High School Hoops is brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, by Plains Tire of Evanston, by the Come On In of Casper, the store, by Evanston Regional Hospital, by Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
Kyler Wilson rebounds and heads across the timeline. He wisely and sportsmanlikely stops and lets the time run out, and Rich earns the win.
And now, Rebel Roundball fans, pull on your lucky socks, set your seat to full recline, and get ready to cheer on your Rebels as we head courtside to join the play-by-play voice of the Rebels, Ryan STEINECKERT.
Two of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tusher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
Every excavation project requires the professionals, the equipment, and the strategy to get the job done right. J-Bar Excavation in Randolph, Utah has the team, the tools, and the plan to execute every phase of your project to create exactly what you're looking for. They have the machinery and the experience to provide quality work that fits your schedule and your budget. Call them today, 435-793-5855. J-Bar Excavation, 90 North Main, Randolph.
When T7 Propane in Woodruff, Utah is your propane supplier, you get reliable, safe, and professional propane service. And that's not all. T7 Propane offers years of expertise, quality product, and the most responsive propane service in the area. For home or other heating needs, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for professional or business propane needs. Call 435-793-4208. That's 435-793-4208.
Welcome back to Rich High School. We're just about to get underway in Rich versus Westside. The Rebel girls tonight, a couple of wins this afternoon over Little Snake River and Saratoga, 2 dominant wins for Rich. And we jump right into coverage of the Rebel boys game. Normally we'd have your Lake Town Ledger, the J-Bar Excavation scene set, the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show, T7 Propane and Woodruff Coaches show, including also some Thompson Ranch keys of the game real quick. Battle the boards, be consistent, and the golden rule, take care of the basketball. Old Chicago pregame slice. It's Westside at Rich tonight. We'll give you some more of that details as we go along, but your Town of Woodruff starters for Westside Pirates, I believe it'll be Alec. No, that's those are North Summit Braves. Again, didn't have a chance to even touch base with Tyler Brown, but we do know for the Rich Rebels it'll be Kyler Wilson, Connor Greer, number 2, a junior, Kyler Wilson, number 10, a senior, 15, a junior, Riley Taylor, number 23, a junior, Logan Muirbrook, and number 40, a junior, John Scott. Westside comes into this one at 7-2. Maybe give you a quick scene set brought to you by J-Bar Excavation. They're averaging almost 62 points a game and allowing 49. The Rebels scoring 40, allowing 60. Rich comes in at 1-7, and in their losses, they've averaged the average score 59-37. On the other side, Westside has won 6 straight and looking pretty good lately, especially scoring a lot of points. They played Evanston at the Flaming Gorge Classic, and it was interesting in that game. In the third quarter, to start the third quarter, the game was pretty close, but Westside went on a 15-0 run and then closed the game on a 17-5 run and ended up winning by 27 points or so. A big win over Evanston at that Flaming Gorge. Here's your Saby Trucking opening tip-off, and it's Taylor against, looks like Thomas Shirtliff, one of the starters for this Westside team. Wayne Beckstead also, he's on the floor with the basketball. Rebels in a man-to-man defense. Isaac Frankman sets a screen, cut back door. Blaze Brown with the finish, and Westside leads 2-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Also out there, let's see if we can find that 5th player, Adam Hedworth, a senior. And a travel for Rich. John Scott got into a little bit of trouble. Rich averages 22 turnovers a game. There's number 1. They've got to keep that number closer to 12 or 14 if they want to have any chance of hanging out or hanging in with this Westside Pirates team. Again, Rich in a man-to-man defense. Blaze Brown guarded by John Scott in a man-to-man. Rebels defending man-to-man. Left or right wing, Hedworth. They go inside, and the Rebels steal it. A Rich County government steal. John Scott heads up court to the right wing. Kicks it back up top to Connor Greer, and Rich sets up in his half-court offense. Rebels attacking left to right at mylocalradio.com. Of course, wearing the home whites. Westside in the road reds. Riley Taylor bounces inside, looking for Logan Muirbrook, and Rich turns it over for a second time. Up court, Blaze Brown. I keep wanting to say Blaze Stockton because Stockton was big brother Brown that just finished his career with the Westside Pirates last year. Out on the left wing, Beckstead. First name is Ryan, goes by middle name, I believe, Wayne. Left wing 3, just a bit short. Riley Taylor skies and rips down the rebound. That's another thing the Rebels will need to do well today, win that battle of the boards. And if Taylor can rebound like that all night long, they should keep it close. John Scott, right wing 3, back iron, no. Rebound, tipped out of bounds, Rebel basketball. No, Westside basketball. So the Pirates with it, leading 2-0. 6 minutes, 20 seconds left in this first quarter. And Westside on top. Out on the right wing, Shirtliff, top of the key, 3-point shot off the back iron, no good. And Connor Greer has the rebound for Rich. He'll push up the left sideline. Connor pulls up left baseline and just misses. Riley Taylor comes in and hits Blaze Brown, who had the rebound, and Taylor fouled him. 2-0, the score remains, and Westside has the basketball. The JV game, Rebels had it close. It was tied at 40 with like a minute to go, and Westside pulled away late, 48-41. In the freshman game, the Pirates won a dominant affair, 68-36. Dribbling to his left is Beckstead. Picks it up, gives to Brown. Blaze around the left to the left arc. Rebels have switched to his 2-3 zone defense. Pirates get it inside, and from underneath a missed shot. Rebels tip the rebound out to Kyler Wilson. Wilson goes coast to coast and can't quite get the layup to go. It was way out wide to the right side and had a funny angle and couldn't get it to fall. Brown up court to the top of the key. Hedworth fakes the 3, dishes off to Beckstead, and he misses the 3, but an offensive rebound for Frankman. And Westside resets. Rebels still in the 2-3 zone. Beckstead lobs down inside. Help defense comes, and a fight for it. Good defense. Rebels stuff it and come up with the loose ball. Logan Muirbrook and Riley Taylor in on the block. Greer up ahead to Wilson. Kyler, one dribble to the right wing, picks it up. Rebels trail 2-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Greer had some success last night against North Summit, slicing to the hoop, and he does it again tonight with the slice to the hoop in the bucket. Maybe an early candidate for your Rolling Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet shot of the game. Connor Greer with the drive and the finish. Right corner, 3-point shot, short. Rebound tipped away from Rich, out of bounds to the Rebels. It was Isaac Frankman cutting in front of, I think, Riley Taylor, knocking the rebound out of bounds. I want to thank Gary McKee. Got to thank Todd Stacy helping me get packed up. And on the road from Kemmer, Connor Greer pulls up for three and hits it. Greer with the triple, knocks it down, and the Rebels lead 5-2. That three-point basket brought to you by Pro Physical Therapy and Dr. Dallas Clark, physical therapist. Pass inside, and Taylor goes for the steal. Frankman comes up with the ball, turns and puts it in easily. 5-4 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 4:15 left to go in the first. Rich leads by 1. Half-court trap. Wilson crosses the timeline. Pressure comes, and he gets it away to Muirbrook. Skip pass across to Greer. Connor drives, bounces into the middle right to Wayne Beckstead, and Rich turns it over for a third time. Quick pass up court and off of Westside. The Pirates thought Rich touched it. Beckstead looking like, wait, what? And same discussion from Thomas Shurtleff. He said it was. He looked to Coach Brown and said it was tipped. But the official said, nope, Rebel basketball. So Westside turns it over for a second time, and Rich turns it right back, trying to pass it down to the wing. Rich with a fourth turnover. Rasheed Wallace fans might think ball don't lie on that one as Westside gets it right back. Beckstead drives into the lane, dishes off to Frankman. Strong move, and he's hit hard. Does not get a shot off, but will head to the free throw line and shoot 2. I was thanking Todd Stacy and Gary McKee helping me get packed up at Kemmer after the Rebels beat Saratoga this afternoon, and then hustled over here to Rich High and thanked Rob Leifson for helping me get set up, saving my spot here to broadcast tonight's game. And I feel fortunate that we got on the air right even before game time was starting. I thought we might get on like mid-first quarter or something at best, but boy, things worked out well tonight, and we'll see if the Rebels can keep that going. Rebel girls with 2 wins today. The boys trail by 1 as Frankman swishes 2 free throws through, makes it 6-5, and the half-court trap continues. Scott to Greer here on this right side. Then to Scott, crosses the timeline, gives to Greer. Connor skips it across left side. Wilson, step back three, got it! Kyler Wilson with the triple, brought to you by Pro Physical Therapy and Dr. Dallas Clark, and Rich back on top, 8-6. Out to the right wing, and Hedworth picks it up, gives to Beckstead. Left wing, Shurtleff tries to drive, ball tipped away. It's on the floor and out of bounds off of Westside. Rebel basketball. Boy, if Rich can keep this type of pace up, you look at scores and figure, I mean, like the way that Westside beat Evanston, the way they beat Grace and some other teams, and I had my doubts about the Rebels' ability to hang with this Westside team, but so far, so good. Taylor, top of the key. John Scott for the triple. No, rims out, and rebound to Frankman of Westside. Up ahead, Beckstead, quick passing down to the baseline, and Scott bumps Shurtleff just enough to pick up his first personal. Rebels' second team foul. Westside with no personal fouls, no team fouls. And Truman Huffner over to the scores table to check in. I was 1 low. John Scott picks up his second personal foul. He fouled out was that last night? Man, that feels like days ago at North Summit. Scott was limited in his playtime in that loss against the Braves in Colville. Brown inside. Turnaround, Shurtleff, swish. From that position, it's going to be tough to not make that shot. He elevates well to release, and that ties the score at 8. Down inside, Rebels drive, then dish off to Huffner. It was Connor Greer dishing to Truman Huffner from the right side. He banks it in, Tim Duncan style, and the Rebels lead 10-8. Out to the right wing, Beckstead drives. Muirbrook, tough defense, and they call a foul. 23 with the hold is what they call it. A lot of times you'll see a defender come out and put 2 hands on the offense. That's an immediate check foul. But Muirbrook must have gotten that arm in to hold a little bit, and so he's called for the foul. Rebels' 4th personal foul, Westside with none. No team fouls. Right corner, Beckstead launches the 3 and swishes it. That's what you got to watch out for. One thing you have to watch out for with this Westside team is they can light it up from downtown if given the time. 11-10. Westside back on top. Connor Greer dribbles to his left, picks that up, and gives to Wilson. Kyler penetrates a bit, picks up the dribble, and he's in trouble. Just gets it away to Greer. Connor drives, bounce across the lane looking for Taylor, and throws it away, but he was fouled as he made that pass. And it's lucky because Taylor had cut in toward the paint right as Greer made that pass more toward the baseline. Unfortunately, though, Rich has the ball on an inbound play to Taylor. He hangs in the air and hits it. Riley Taylor puts Rich back on top, 12-11 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Brown bounces inside. Frankman attacks and scoops it, but misses. Fights for the rebound, gets it himself. Beckstead around, then gets it back at the top of the key, and he misses the three off the back iron. Frankman, another offensive rebound. Beckstead, left wing to Shirtliff for three, and he knocks it down from the left wing. Offensive rebounds make that one happen. 2 offensive boards. Wilson left corner for three, off the back iron and over the top. Rebound to Shirtliff. Quickly up court, Beckstead drops it back into the middle. Ty Ward shoots and hits from the right angle, right elbow, I should say. 16-12, Westside leads by 4 with under a minute to go in this first quarter. Greer dribbles to his right, crosses over to his left into the lane, and a charging foul as Ward steps up and draws the contact from Connor Greer, who picks up his first. 5 Rebel team fouls, 1 Westside Pirate team foul. Into the game comes Adam Hedworth for the Pirates with 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Beckstead looking to Coach Brown. That's Westside's Coach Brown, not the Rebels' Coach Brown. 2 brothers. They've played a bunch of times over the years. Laketown Ledger has Westside with the advantage, 15 wins to 12 losses. Rebels with 12 wins. And another Rebel foul. Hand check. Connor Greer just picked up his second personal. Inbounding from the sideline, Greer has to check out, and Jaden Grohl comes into the game. Already 2 Rebel starters in foul trouble with 2 fouls apiece. Brown, right wing, gives off to Hedworth. He tries to drive, kicks it back out to Brown, and then to Beckstead. 21 seconds left in this first quarter, and Beckstead gives a signal that to me looked like an indication of, hey, let's run the clock out and play for the final shot of the quarter. Grohl defending 10 feet away. Beckstead approaches with 10, 9, 8, 7. Beckstead, right corner. Hedworth bounces inside, finds Ward, whose shot is blocked. Jaden Grohl, the rebound, turns and doesn't have time to get a shot off before the buzzer sounds, and ends the first quarter with Westside on top, 16-12 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Quick timeout. We'll be back with Stacy's Repair second quarter action on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do, and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah. Rebels keeping pace in that first quarter with the Westside Pirates, 16-12. Pirates scored the final 5 points of the period and lead 16-12. Jaden Grohl in there. Truman Huffner on the Westside in a zone defense. Wilson pulls up from straight away deep and swishes it through. Kyler Wilson with his second pro physical therapy triple of this ball game. And Rich climbs to within 1, and a travel by Hedworth gives it right back to Rich. I don't know what just happened to our internet, but it died. There we go, coming back. Apologies, not sure what happened with the internet. Lost it for a minute, but then came back. Riley Carrillo, left corner jumper, short. Hedworth controls it, dribbles up court, poked away by Grohl. Hedworth gets it back in the left corner, up top to Beckstead. He drives in, scoops it up and misses, but he's fouled, ends up on the hardwood on his backside, and Beckstead will go to the line. Not a lot of free throws so far, but a lot of fouls, mostly on the Rebels. That's a 7th team foul. Westside has committed 1 team foul, and it's Riley Taylor's second. So now you've got Greer, Taylor, and John Scott with 2 fouls apiece. And no Westside Pirate with more than 1. In fact, just 1 personal foul called against the Pirates so far. Beckstead misses the first, and the senior will get 1 more. Taylor, Huffner, Carrillo, Wilson, and Grohl on the floor for Rich. Beckstead's second offering, back iron and straight down through. He hits the second. 17-15, Pirates lead by 2. Wilson across the timeline. Rebels' home court so far tonight has been kind to them offensively. Left corner, Grohl bounces into traffic and just not a smart pass, gives it away. Too many bodies there. 3 Westside Pirates, 1 Rich Rebel. And an offensive player control foul as Frankman drives into 2 Rebels and then dishes off as he made that pass. He's called for the foul, and that, boy, it didn't look, well, I shouldn't say. I'll just let it go. 17-15. Wilson dribbles to his left. Taylor at the top of the key, drives in, floats, and misses short. May have been partially blocked, and Brown comes up with it. Blaze up the right side. Grohl pokes it away from behind, and the Rebels have numbers. A 3-on-2. Carrillo stops. Too strong off the window. Grohl with the rebound, put back all in one motion. Jaden Grohl puts the Rebels into a tie at 17 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 17-17, 6.5 left in the Stacey's Repair second quarter. Frankman right corner to Blaze Brown at the top of the key. Backs it out, directs some traffic, says Beckstead come over this way. He does, and then gives off to Hedworth on the right wing. Gets away with a carry, then to Beckstead on the left wing. He drives, floats a pass down, a dangerous pass looking for Frankman, who can't hold on to that high toss, and the Pirates turn it over. Coach Tyler Brown will send in a couple of subs. Almost looks like they called a timeout. But no, they're just figuring out who's in, who's out. Grohl inbounds to Wilson. Carrillo, Muirbrook, and Huffner also on the floor. Kyler playing the point with Greer on the bench, 2 fouls. Kyler drives in, a dangerous pass, and it's kicked by Westside. Trying to thread the needle through a couple of Westside defenders. Good idea, just couldn't quite make it happen. 5:59 left in the Stacey's Repair second quarter, and we're tied at 17. Grohl, Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play. Another dangerous pass and throws it away. Westside takes it up. Beckstead to the other end. Hoffner blocks it. Offensive board blocked, and another offensive rebound and a foul. Easton Henderson was the one that came down with it the 3rd time, and Logan Muirbrook fouled him. So now you've got Greer, Muirbrook, Taylor, and Scott with 2 fouls apiece. Westside with 2 total fouls on the team. 5:52 left in the Stacey's Repair second quarter, and the free throw up and in by Henderson. Westside retakes the lead. Rebels have not attempted a free throw yet. For Westside, this is number 6 from the charity stripe. And Henderson knocks it down. A swish. 19-17, Westside leads on the Station on Main scoreboard. Wilson across the timeline, dribbles to his right. Westside in a man-to-man defense. Kyler lowers the shoulder, finds a little penetration room, then dishes off back to Muirbrook, and a whistle will be a hold call against Easton Henderson. You've got Henderson, Brown, and Frankman with 1 foul apiece. Rebels with 18 fouls. Grohl on the right wing. Inbounds Wilson for 3. Yes, nothing but net for Kyler Wilson, his 3rd Pro Physical Therapy triple of the ballgame, puts Rich back up by 1, 20-19. Pass inside, and Beckstead, a dangerous pass. Frankman gets Grohl wrapped up for a jump ball. Brought to you by Rich County 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. Possession arrow, Westside. Nope. Possession arrow, Rich. Nope. Let's see. Let's check with the score table. The scoreboard up top says it's Westside basketball. The score possession arrow points to Westside, but the official said, we got white up there, we got red down here. Well, no, we don't, actually. Inbound. And they just go up top to Shirtliff. He'll try to find some penetration, not much room. Gives it back to Blaze Brown. Beckstead on a 3-man weave. Henderson back to Beckstead on the left wing, and they go away from the weave. Brown right wing to Henderson, dribbles to his left, hands off to Beckstead, slices through the lane, lays it up and misses short. Offensive rebound. Frankman goes over the top of a Rebel and puts it in. 21-20, Pirates back on top. 4:55 left in the Stacey's Repair second quarter. Muirbrook looking for a lane, dishes off, looking for Huffner, and just misfired the pass. Third turnover of the quarter, 7th of the ball game for Rich. 4:49 left in the Stacey's Repair second quarter. Rebel girls improved to 10-2 today with wins over Little Snake River and Saratoga. They'll play Farson Eden tomorrow. Pass lobbed inside. It was too high for Frankman. Muirbrook didn't know if there was somebody else behind him, just tipped it away out of bounds. West Side basketball. Beckstead to inbound. And this West Side team beat Evanston, Wyoming 74-47 a couple of weeks ago. Inbound, and Frankman had sealed his defender out. Nice inbound play. Frankman finishes 23-20. West Side pushes its lead out to 3. Wilson between the legs, dribbles left, looks for a lane, drives, lays it up, and it was blocked. Rebound, fought for a jump ball. Possession arrow should be Rich. Or no, did they call? Yeah, indeed, a jump ball. Brought to you by Rich County 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. Jaden Grohl inbounding. Fires into the middle, and just not a good pass. It was too high. Up ahead, Beckstead lays it in, and West Side pulling away. 25-20. Rebel turnovers. That's their 4th of the quarter. Coach Brown asking for a timeout. That's Rebels Coach Brown. We'll take one as well. 25-20, West Side leads on the Station on Main scoreboard. Quick comprehensive family dental timeout, and we'll be right back on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep. In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
25-20, West Side leads on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels come out with Truman Huffner, Kyler Wilson, John Scott, Riley Carrillo, and Logan Muirbrook. Scott in a double team gives off to Carrillo out on the sideline. Riley turns and stepped out of bounds. 5 Rebel turnovers in this second quarter. Riley Taylor comes over to check back in. Carrillo frustrated with himself, hustles off, and Connor Greer comes over to check in as well. The official had handed the ball and was ready to go, but the other official says, nope, we're not quite ready yet. One more sub. Greer in for Huffner. Connor had 5 first quarter points before he picked up a second personal foul. Rich is going to have to be careful here. Greer, Taylor, Muirbrook, and Scott all have 2 personal fouls. West Side has 3 team fouls total. Beckstead and the Rebels in a 2-3 zone defense. Into the middle, Brown kicks it out, left wing 3, short, and Scott fights for the rebound, out of bounds, Rebel basketball. That was Thomas Shirtliff attempting the 3. West Side, boy, they fire away again and again from three-point range, and lucky for Rich so far, they haven't hit much. 20% maybe. 25-20, West Side leads on the Station on Main scoreboard. Greer to Wilson. Kyler picks up the dribble and gives to Connor, left side. Drives, dishes to Muirbrook on the baseline. Back outside. Wilson, extra pass to Scott. Right wing 3. Yes, John Scott with the triple. He buries it. John's first triple of the ball game, brought to you by Pro Physical Therapy and Dr. Dallas Clark. Down inside, Henderson drives into a herd of Rebels, or a group of Rebels. They dish it back out and around. Frankman on the right block. Fakes, goes up and under and in. Isaac Frankman with 10 points. He's been dangerous so far already. 27-23. West Side up by 4. Greer to the left wing. Out to Wilson. Kyler pulls the trigger from deep and knocks it down. Kyler Wilson with 4 triples in the ball game. 27-26, Rich down by 1. Blaze Brown wanted to answer, but the defense out on him. Dishes off to Shirtliff on the left side, then to Beckstead Shirtliff on the right side, Beckstead on the left side, back around right wing to Brown, skips it across to Beckstead. Underneath, he finds Henderson, who misses too strong. Offensive rebound by Brown, back to Henderson, across the lane, scoops it up and in with the right hand, almost like a hook shot. Henderson with 4 points in the ball game, puts Westside up 29-26, a 3-point Pirates lead. Greer dribbles to his right. Cut off there, back to his left. Wilson, long 3. His hand was hit after he released, and he knocked it down again. Kyler Wilson with 4 triples in the quarter, 5 in the ball game. Another Pro Physical Therapy 3-pointer. Free throw line, Beckstead misses, and Connor Greer attacks the ball to pull down the Rebel rebound. Greer up to the right wing. John Scott for 3, misses off the front iron, and Blaze Brown the rebound. He looks ahead. It was like a no-look pass, but to the wrong guy. Brown was looking ahead at Henderson. Then he threw it toward Beckstead, and Beckstead wasn't looking for the ball. 29-29, a minute 40 left in the first quarter. 7 of 10 from 3 for Rich, 70%. They came into the game at 23% from on the arc. Huffner at the top of the key, left wing, gives to Riley Taylor. He asks for Wilson to come to him, but Beckstead denies. Instead, Wilson gets the pass left wing and misses over the top. Too strong. Jackson Moser with the rebound for Westside. Up ahead to Beckstead, right corner, or right wing, back up top. 3-pointer for Shirtliff, and he hits that one. Thomas Shirtliff with his second triple of the game, 32-29. Westside leads by 3 with just over a minute left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Wilson across the timeline, no press this time. Kyler dribbles left and dishes back out in the left corner. Scott, a few dribbles, pulls up on the right or the left angle and misses. Frankman rips the rebound away from Taylor. Quickly to Shirtliff. He pushes up the right side, bounces to Beckstead, hesitates, and then puts it up and in. Good play by Beckstead for the layup. 34-29, a 5-point Westside lead after they've gone on a 5-0 run. Taylor on the right elbow, free throw line. Moser defending. John Scott pushed in the back by Moser, ends up on the floor. Muirbrook drives and misses too strong off the window. Moser with the rebound. Quickly up ahead, Shirtliff on the right wing. He slips to the floor but kept his dribble alive. Heads up play. Skip it across to Beckstead left wing, and he backs it out. Coach Tyler Brown says, hey, no, let's play for the final shot of this Stacy's Repair second quarter. 13, 12, 11. John Scott defending, but it's a 2-3 zone. Blaze Brown left wing. 8, 7, Beckstead, right corner, Shirtliff, 5, 4, Beckstead, top of the key, through 1, drives, puts it up just before the buzzer. He ends up on the floor. Westside Pirates wanted a foul, but Rich was planted and just absorbed the contact, so no whistle. And at the end of the Stacy's Repair second quarter, Rich keeping pace with Westside, 34-29 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Again, our second quarter has been brought to you by Stacy's Repair. Need a repair? Take it to the ones who truly care. That's Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Stay tuned. Our Crawford Trough halftime report when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
When shopping for a vehicle, it's important to have a good selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. It's also important to have a knowledgeable salesperson that listens, a finance team that helps you get the payment that matches your pocketbook, and a smart office staff that makes sure all the paperwork is done right. You can always rest assured knowing that our whole team is working for you. Auto Farm Chevrolet. Stop in today. We're a community-driven dealer.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit mylocalradio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
34-29 at the half on the Station on Main scoreboard. The Rebels keeping pace with some great three-point shooting. John Scott has a three, Connor Greer has a three, and Kyler Wilson has hit 5 triples. Rich shooting 58% from three-point range, and they trail 34-29 at the half on the Station on Main scoreboard. This is the Crawford Trough halftime show, and we'll be right back with more of it after this on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. What could be better than a fresh, mouth-watering burger from the Crawford Trough in Randolph? Top it with cheese and thick-cut bacon, or throw in some mushrooms and make it a double. Now we're talking. Add home-cut fries and a creamy shake, and you might just think you're in paradise. With crisp salads and tasty wraps, plus onion rings, perfectly cooked chicken, cold drinks, and silky smooth ice cream, the Crawford Trough is the place to eat and drink at 120 South Main in Randolph.
Established in 1870, Randolph, Utah is home. Home to the rich rebels, to hardy people of high character, and to values of dedication, honesty, hard work, education, and respect for self and others. Randolph is also home to friendly folks who love their families, their town, and their neighbors. Count yourself a neighbor whenever you visit Randolph, Utah. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council of Randolph wish the rich rebels good luck and invite you to visit anytime.
Some hot shooting in that first half for Rich. 58% from beyond the arc, just 33% from inside the arc. Rich made 4 of 12 from 2-point range, 7 of 12 from 3-point range. And Westside, meanwhile, better from inside the arc than outside, but also 5 free throws. And that's really, I mean, if you look at the difference in the score is 5 points. Westside has 5 free throws made. Rich has none. There's one big difference in this game. Westside 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Rich has not attempted yet a Bear Lake Realty free throw. Both teams shooting 46% from the floor. Westside has hit more from inside, from 2-point range. Rich has hit more from 3-point range. But again, that difference is free throws and offensive rebounds. Westside with 6 offensive boards and out-rebounding Rich 17-11. But it's a close game, 34-29 at the half. First half highlights are brought to you by the town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. And the highlights so far, Kyler Wilson, 5 3-pointers in this game. He came in having made 5 3-pointers all season, and that's through 8 games. And that's not because of lack of attempts. He attempts quite a few, about 6 per game, but he just hasn't quite found his stroke until, knock on wood, tonight. He's, I think, 5 of 7 or 5 of 8 from 3-point range and leads all scorers with 15 points. Isaac Frankman has 10 to lead Westside. Nobody else in double figures but for the Pirates. Thomas Shirtliff and Wayne Beckstead 8 points apiece. 4 from Easton Henderson and 2 for Blaze Brown and Ty Ward. Again, I mentioned Kyler Wilson's 15. 5 from Connor Greer, 2 apiece by Truman Huffner, Riley Taylor, and Jaden Grohl, and then John Scott hit a 3 in the second quarter as well. Rebels have plenty of fouls in that first half and a few guys in foul trouble, so we didn't see much of Connor Greer, Riley Taylor, Logan Muirbrook, and John Scott during a lot of that second quarter, first and second quarter, but they'd have 2 fouls as we head for third quarter action. First half highlights are brought to you by the town of Randolph. Good luck to the Rebels from the mayor and town council of the town of Randolph. Our halftime show brought to you by the Crawford Trough, the place to eat and drink. Winter hours, they're open Thursdays through Saturdays, so tomorrow 11 to 7, stop in for lunch or dinner at the Crawford Trough. We'll take one more quick break and be back with second half action on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper. You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cache Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cache Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help. With residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more, Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit bearlakerealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
What could be better than a fresh, mouth-watering burger from the Crawford Trough in Randolph? Top it with cheese and thick-cut bacon, or throw in some mushrooms and make it a double. Now we're talking. Add home-cut fries and a creamy shake, and you might just think you're in paradise. With crisp salads and tasty wraps, plus onion rings, perfectly cooked chicken, cold drinks, and silky smooth ice cream, the Crawford Trough is the place to eat and drink at 120 South Main in Randolph. 34-29 at the half. Westside leads the Rich Rebels. This was about the score they had when they played Evanston at the Flaming Gorge Classic. They led Evanston, I think, by 3 or 5 points at halftime and came out in the third quarter and went on a 15-0 run. And then closed the game on a 17-5 run, and I think ended up winning by 27 or 24 points. 74-47, something like that in that ballpark. So Rich will certainly need to avoid that. And that's actually takes us back to one of our Thompson Ranch keys of the game. And win the battle of the boards. They didn't do that in the first half. They took care of the ball fairly well, on pace for 18 turnovers. That's better than the 22 or 23 they've averaged so far this season. And consistency. That is going to be tough because if you look at how Rich shot the ball from three-point range, what was it, 58% in that first half? To duplicate that, well, again, Rich came into the game shooting 23% from beyond the arc. But maybe being here on the home floor, having the home crowd, feeling some excitement in this rivalry game, maybe that's enough. We'll see if Rich can keep that pace up here in the second half. Rich will have it to start Epic Recreation third quarter action, and Wilson inbounds to Greer. Muirbrook, Taylor, and Scott also on the floor for the Rebels. West side looks to be in a man-to-man defense. Wilson, Greer, left wing to Scott. John lets go the three and can't quite get it. Muirbrook, offensive board, put back and in. He just lofted it right back up, uncontested. Good elevation on the shot, and Logan Muirbrook has his first bucket of the day. Inside, Blaze Brown scoops it up through contact and in traffic and gets that shot to go. Wilson to Scott. John looks to his left, nowhere to go. Takes a couple of dribbles and then moves to his left, picks it back up. Looks for something and almost throws it away, but Riley Taylor dives to the floor, turns. He just traveled. Yeah, Coach The Rebels coaches were asking for a timeout, didn't get it. Too much noise from the crowd, and the officials just didn't hear their calls for time. So Rich turns it over for a 10th time in the game. Great hustle by Riley Taylor, though. We'll certainly take that. 36-31, Pirates on top. Beckstead dribbles right, goes back door to Blaze Brown, who finishes on the right side. Blaze had 2 points in the first half. He's got 4 already here in the third quarter. Total of 6, Under 7 minutes to go in the Epic Recreation third. Muirbrook at the high post, turns to his right. Strong move to the hoop, misses a little too strong, and Frankman with his 7th rebound of the game. Up to the left wing, Blaze Brown to Shirtliff on the left wing. Back outside to Brown, and then Hedworth at the top of the key. And then Beckstead. 6.5 left in the Epic Recreation third. Westside on a 4-0 run after the Rebels got the bucket from Muirbrook. Top of the key, Beckstead for 3. Rims out, and Kyler Wilson has the rebound. He's double-teamed, pushed to the floor, and they'll call it a travel. Rebel fans don't like the call. Wilson lost his footing after pulling in the rebound, and looked like enough contact that's the reason he went down, but apparently I saw it wrong. So Shirtliff will inbound for Westside to Brown on the right wing. Rebels in his own defense, and Brown dribbles right. Shirtliff right corner to Beckstead. Drives, leans into the offense, airballs it, gets his own rebound, gives it off to Blaze Brown across the key. Frankman back to Beckstead. That should have been an offensive foul by Beckstead. He just lowered the shoulder into that Rebel offense earlier. Brown drives through the lane, a travel as he hop-stepped but came down on 2 feet as he came through the lane. So the Rebels take it over following that West Side turnover. Connor Greer to the R at the center court, follows a screen by Muirbrook, then top of the key, Taylor. Riley dribbles into some traffic, tries to dish it back, and finally finds Wilson. Kyler bounces into the middle. Taylor hangs in the air. Shot was blocked from behind, but a foul from in front. And Blaze Brown picks up his 2nd personal. That'll send Riley Taylor to the line. And the first Bear Lake Realty free throws of the game for Rich. That's just the 4th foul of the game against Westside. Not quite in the territory of when Rich played Valley a couple years ago at State, and Valley didn't commit a foul until 2 minutes left in the third quarter. But Taylor hits the first of 2 Bear Lake Realty free throws. Rich trails by 6, 38-32. Big game tonight at Wendover, and end of the first quarter. Wendover leads ICS 19-15. Riley Taylor hits both Bear Lake Realty free throws, 38-33. Frankman down to the baseline, kicks it back out to Beckstead. And then to Blaze Brown, right corner. Fakes a 3, a little move, across to Shirtliff. 3-point shot, rattles home. Thomas Shirtliff with his 3rd triple of the game. 41-33, Westside is pushed out to an 8-point lead. Rebels have got to be better defensively. Just haven't found a way to stop Westside. Greer drives into the lane, ball poked away, rattles around, and somehow Kyler Wilson comes up with it. Rebels, somebody's got to go to him. Nobody does but Blaze Brown, who comes up with the steal. He lowers the shoulder, runs over Hogan Muirbrook. How did they? Out of bounds off of Rich. Boy, Brown just lowered the shoulder and ran right through Muirbrook. I don't know how that's not an offensive foul. Westside inbounds, left corner to Beckstead. Blaze Brown back with it on the wing. Hedworth at the top of the key. Tyler Brown, the coach, directing some traffic, calling a play out, a different play from the sideline. 4:41 left in the Epic Recreation third. Beckstead looks outside, goes inside to Brown, dishes off, and gives to Shirtliff, who finishes on the left block. Shirtliff with 5 points in the quarter, 43-33, a 10-point Westside lead. Can Rich find an answer? Coach Ashley Brown takes a timeout to try and find that answer. We'll take a quick comprehensive family dental timeout as well and be right back on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Rich with a couple of turnovers here to start this Epic Recreation third quarter action. And another problem is they've only taken 3 or 4 shot attempts here in this third quarter. And Westside has outscored Rich 9-2. Make it 9-4. Riley Taylor has a couple of free throws. Scott looking to inbound and throws it into the middle, almost turns it over again. Luckily for Rich, Riley Taylor comes up with it, and he's fouled. So Shirtliff called for his first personal. Westside, only Blaze Brown has more than one. Taylor dribbles away from defense into the lane, draws the contact, misses the shot, but will head to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Rich had not attempted a free throw in the game until moments ago when Riley Taylor attempted to, with about 6 minutes left here in the third. Riley back at the line to shoot 2 more. Coach Brian Thompson out to have a quick word with Connor Greer, point guard for this Rebel team. 43-33. And Taylor rattles the first one home. Riley with 5 points in the game and a handful of rebounds. Rebels have got to get every point they can get because they're having a hard time stopping this Westside offense that averages 62 points a game. Taylor hits them both, swishes the second one through, and Rich trails by 8. Got to get a couple of stops here. Critical point. If Westside builds a bigger than a 12 or 14-point lead, I don't think Rich could come back from it. Inside, Frankman fouled hard by Taylor. That's not a bad foul. He knew he was going to foul, so he just kept that arm in there strong and made sure Frankman couldn't get the and one opportunity. Problem is that Riley Taylor just picked up his third personal. Isaac Frankman, 2 for 2 from the line in the ball game, has 10 points and heads back to the line to shoot 2. First one, swish. Frankman, a senior. This Westside Pirates team. They come in at 7-2 overall. Their 2 losses against Ryrie, that was a 3-point loss, and they lost to Green River, one of the better teams in 4A Wyoming, at Flaming Gorge tournament. That was at Green River High School, 61-43. Frankman misses the second free throw, and Rich pulls down the rebound. Wilson across the timeline, playing the point guard position, gets by the D, drives in, ball comes loose. Ty Ward tried to draw the charge. Connor Greer comes up with it, left wing 3, and Connor knocks it down. A pro physical therapy triple for Connor Greer, his second of the game. Rich climbs to within 6. Hedworth across the top of the arc, hands to Shirtliff. John Scott defending him. Shirtliff hands back to Hedworth. To Ward at the top of the key. And then Brown. Rebels not worried about Blaze Brown shooting the 3. Kyler giving him a bit of space, and he gives back to Shirtliff and then to Brown again. Huffner battling Frankman underneath. Blaze drives, dishes off. Hedward right corner. Dribbles between the legs, bounces into the middle. Frankman, quick shot from 12 feet, knocks it down. 46-38. Westside pushes it back to an 8-point game. Epic Recreation third quarter. Let me get the Station on Main scoreboard back up there for you if you're tuned in online at mylocalradio.com. 3:03 left in the Epic Recreation third. Muirbrook takes the 3 and hits it. Logan Muirbrook with the triple. That, I think, is his first 3-point shot attempt this season, and he swishes it through. 46-41. We knew he could shoot from out there. He just doesn't do it much. John Scott tries the steal on Shirtliff. Into the Hedworth at the free throw line. Pivots around, nowhere to go. Scott almost gets the steal, but Shirtliff comes up with it. Drives right side, hits the shot and the foul. Muirbrook punches the floor, mad at himself for the foul that he just committed. His third personal brings Riley Taylor to the scores table. Riley has 3 fouls, so not sure how much better or harder he can play defensively. Shirtliff with the and one opportunity. Saw a lane on that right side, and boy, aggressive move and a nice one to finish, draw the contact, and hit the free throw. 49-41, back to an 8-point contest. Shirtliff with 8 points in this Epic Recreation third quarter. Connor Greer gets past Shirtliff, who reaches around, knocks the ball loose, but also got a piece of Greer's arm, and Shirtliff picks up his second personal foul. 4th team foul on Westside. Fouls much more even in this second half. Westside up 4-2 in the foul count. Greer looks in and lobs it to Taylor on the left wing. Riley gives it to Kyler Wilson, to Huffner. Truman turns, looks to shoot, steps through, puts it up, and no, that's not a travel if he's in the act of shooting. 49-41, Rebels turn it over. unfortunately, that will let it go. 2:14 left to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. I think the fact that Huffner took so much time to actually put the shot off made him think it was a travel. It really was not. Shirtliff backs into the D, puts it up and in off the window. And Westside back up by 10, 51-41. Greer across the timeline. Rebels attacking right to left in the second half. Greer drives, draws contact, and is called for the charge. Far less of a player control than what Blaze Brown got away with earlier, but Connor Greer called for the offensive foul. 1:50 left to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Beckstead looking to coach Tyler Brown as Westside has possession. Beckstead dribbles to his right, goes free throw line. Brown loses his balance, and unfortunately for Rich, Wilson had jumped thinking Brown was going to shoot, came down on top of him, and Wilson picks up his first personal Rebel fourth team foul. So Westside will inbound from the far sideline in front of the Rebel fans over on the other bleachers. Into Henderson. Gives to Brown. Blaze left side. Shirtliff open enough for three, and he swishes it through. Shirtliff having a monster third quarter, 54-51. Westside up by 13. Shirtliff with 14 points, I think, in the quarter, unless my math is wrong. John Scott creates some space, misses short from the free throw line. Ty Ward up ahead to Shirtliff. Scott gets in front. Shirtliff lowers the shoulder, and an offensive foul there. And I can't agree with that one either. Scott was not in position. I mean, we'll take it, but good grief. What? I don't know what an offensive foul is, apparently. Richard Ward calling the game for the Westside Pirates. I need to brush up on my rules because that's at least the third time that I thought it should have been called the other way when it was called an offensive foul. So Rich takes over on the inbound. Kyler Wilson against some full court pressure, gets it into Muirbrook. He's pushed, and will he be called for a travel? No, they get that right. So Jackson Moser picks up his first, sixth Westside team foul, and Rich will inbound and try it again. John Scott to inbound, and Muirbrook beats Moser, gives to Scott. Rebels have a 5-on-4. Scott throws too high to left corner. Connor Greer left open long enough for the long two and misses short. Hedworth up ahead to Beckstead. He'll lay it up with the right hand and in. Wilson contested but didn't foul. And Beckstead with the two. He's got 10 in the game. 56-41, a 15-point Westside lead. Rich, Kyler Wilson into the lane, loses his footing and travels. Rich with 5 turnovers in the quarter, and that's just too many. Rich having trouble taking care of the basketball. They've still scored 12 points in the quarter, but they've been outscored 22-12. Not good enough defense as Moser's at the free throw line. Gives to Beckstead. He drives all the way to the hoop, up with the right hand and in. 58-41. Westside has built a 17-point lead. Wilson on the right wing. Back to Greer, and Beckstead gets he gives a look like he can't believe it, but you could see so clearly he hit Connor Greer on the arm, and that's a 7th team foul to put Greer at the line shooting 1-1. Wow. Beckstead looked like may have gotten the ball as well, but certainly got Greer on the arm, if not both arms. Greer at the line shooting 1-1. Connor, a 57% free throw shooter, but that's climbed quickly over the last few games as he's hit his free throws more consistently in the last 3. Greer hits the second one as well, and he's one of those guys that he doesn't have a long routine, doesn't wipe the face or the cheek, doesn't spin the ball too many times, just a dribble or two and shoots. 58-43, Rebels down by 15. Beckstead with the basketball, and Westside again playing for the final shot. They took the final shots of the first, second, and now here the third quarters. 10 seconds, Beckstead guarded by Kyler Wilson. Steps back, then to the free throw line, fires right corner, Hedworth into Moser, stripped away and out of bounds off of Moser, and time expires. They'll give it to, the end of the quarter. Westside will have it to start the fourth. And Westside leads 58-43 on the Station on Main scoreboard here at the end of the Epic Recreation third quarter.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Kyler Wilson, and you're tuned in to Rich High Hoops on Rebel Radio and MyLocalRadio.com.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
You're tuned in to Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ Evanston.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Westside shot 77% from the floor in that third quarter, and most of that was Thomas Shurtleff, who has 21 points in the game, and 13 of those came in the epic recreation third. Westside with the basketball and a 15-point lead for this final 8 minutes. Brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Shurtleff tries to drive, but Taylor cuts him off, and he backs it out to the perimeter. Backstat at the top of the key. Westside right at, or just 3 points below, its per-game average. 58 points. It averages 62. They allow 49 points a game. The Rebels on pace for a little better than that. But, boy, Rich has a lot of ground to make up here in the fourth quarter, and Westside can just be patient. See what kind of discipline they have. Inside, Frankman turns, shoots, and he's fouled. They'll go to the line. Riley Taylor picks up his fourth personal foul. Frankman 3 of 4 from the line tonight. We'll see what he does on this trip, shooting 2. Rebel girls tomorrow take on the Farson Eden Pronghorns. And that game will start our pregame at 2:20 on KADQ and mylocalradio.com. Frankman misses short on the front end. Rebel boys will play at Bear Lake tomorrow night, so we'll have Rebel girls at 2:20, tip-off at 3. Rebel boys with a pregame at 6:30, tip-off at 7. Frankman's second swishes through. 59-43, a 16-point deficit. Rebels need some more shooting from Kyler Wilson like they got in the second quarter when he hit 4 pro physical therapy three-pointers. Muirbrook dishes out to Wilson. Kyler backs it out and gives to Greer. Connor at the top of the key. Rebels could also definitely need some Bear Lake physical therapy points in the paint. Backdoor cut to John Scott. He just saves it, kicks it out to Wilson for 3. No, just short. Rebound, Shurtleff, and a ticky-tack, nothing whistle against White 11. No, a call against Shurtleff is the whistle. I must have misread the lips. Not White 11, but purple or dark 11. Shurtleff picks up his 4th. He had position on that rebound. I can see why he is puzzled about the call, sending Riley Taylor to the line to shoot 1-1. I'm confused myself. I don't know how unless you just pushed back so hard that it pushed the player without position out of the way. A lane violation. Taylor missed the free throw on 1-1, but it's a lane violation against Westside, so Taylor will get another 1-1 opportunity on the front end. Taylor 4 for 4 or 4 for 5 from the free throw. That last one doesn't count, and he makes good this time with an extra chance at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Bear Lake Realty, the most experienced and highest volume realtor in the Bear Lake Valley. Westside, or ICS, and Wendover at the half. Wendover leads 39-33. Taylor, second free throw, good as well. He's 6 for 6 from the line, and it's a 14-point game. 59-45, Westside leads, but time working against Rich. Also, of course, the Westside Pirates with a 14-point lead. Blaze, Brown, Hedworth, dribbles to his right, backdoor, Beckstead dishes off to Frankman. He's blocked from behind, and then Muirbrook tips the rebound to John Scott. Pushing up the right side. Pressure comes. He dishes into the middle. Muirbrook rips it away from the D, and too quick of a whistle on... No, it's a foul. I thought they were going to do the quick whistle jump ball, but the foul against... Is it Isaac Frankman? It is, his third. Sends Logan Muirbrook to the free throw line to shoot 2. Or 1-1? Oh, yeah, you're right. 1-1, and he can't get the front end to go. Rebound, Beckstead. That's the first missed free throw for Rich tonight, except for Taylor's miss on a lane violation, so he got to shoot it again. Brown on the left wing, 6.5 left to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, count on us to care. Begstead backs us into the lane, turns around and floats it short, an air ball. John Scott, the Rebel rebound. Connor Greer pushes up court, left sideline, and Ashley Brown asks for a timeout and gets it. 6:13 left in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. This is a Comprehensive Family Dental timeout brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. Quality family dentistry since 1997. And we'll take this opportunity on a timeout to look at the Bear Lake Realty fan cam. Bear Lake Realty, the highest volume and most experienced realtor in the Bear Lake Valley. Rebel fans across the way. It must have had some Rebel fans at the girls' game. Not a packed gym tonight for Westside. Some Westside fans to our right, Rebel fans across the way. There's Coach Justin Grohl, the football team, the cheer coaches, Shea Pace and Shelly Staple. Bear Lake Realty has a great plan for you if you're interested in having your own beautiful home in Bear Lake. They can help you know how to buy a home, rent it out so it pays for itself, and soon you'll have your own beautiful home in the Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake. Give them a call at 435-946-8888. Gary McKee in Garden City at bearlakerealty.com. That's Bear Lake Realty. Sponsoring our camera tonight, run by Rob Leifson. And Rebel student section, a little louder tonight than they were last night at North Summit when it was just Sage Tingy, Allie Wallenstein, and McKenna Stacy. That was the student section. And of course, the boys players who had played earlier in the freshman and JV games, they were part of that student section as well. 45-59, Rebels down by 14. And with the basketball, Greer dribbles to his right, hesitates, then crosses over and drives past Brown, misses the layup. Rebound, great job by Henderson. I don't know how you go into the floor with possession and didn't travel. He must not have fully had possession as he went down, but was able to dish it off to a teammate from his backside, and Westside has the ball. Greer so quick to slash to the hoop, just couldn't quite finish on that one. Beckstead on the left wing, looking back door, now looking inside for Frankman. And he steps out of the key to avoid a 3 seconds. Beckstead again, now goes in again to Frankman. Right side, strong move, and Frankman puts it up and in. He had 13, 14, 15, 16 points in the ball game. 61-45. Westside right at their offensive average output. Greer steps left, pulls up, and gets blocked on a three-point shot attempt. Frankman releases. Brown can't see him, though, running down court all by himself, and brings it up court slowly. Probably a smart decision with a 16-point lead to just eat some more clock. Hedworth, right corner. Frankman bounces inside for Brown. Blaze, off balance, gets it back, and then puts up an acrobatic shot with his right hand and gets it to go. 63-45. He was pressured, had a lot of defense right at his face, so he just scooped it out to his side and put it in. Beckstead steps in front and draws the player control foul from John Scott. You could clearly see that's what was going to happen. Beckstead was not set in that spot. He did not beat Scott to that spot from what I could see. But the official saw that differently than I did. 63-45, an 18-point Westside lead, 4:45 left to go. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Shirtliff on the right wing, Scott defending. Hand off to Beckstead. Wilson on him. Dribbles back out to the center court. Out to the left side. Blaze Brown holding. Greer defending. Brown lost his balance but kept his feet and controlled the basketball. Frankman across to Shirtliff on the right wing. Shirtliff crosses over, spins, runs into his own man, gets away with a travel and shoot. No, he didn't get away with the travel. He's called for the travel, and Westside turns it over to Rich. Shirtliff, a sophomore. Boy, he's good. Other than the drug pivot foot. Greer dribbles to his right. Pick and roll with Taylor. Riley in the lane. Spins. Good drop step. Misses. John Scott the follow. The rebound and the put back in. John Scott with 5 points. 47. Rich trails by 16 with under 4 minutes to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. Blaze Brown out to the right wing. Shirtliff. Ward inside. Brown. Quick shot right side up and in. Blaze Brown just making his defender work and using ball screens away from the ball. It reminds me of the Golden State Warriors from a few years ago before Kevin Durant when Steph Curry would run around, follow screens, and get open shots. Muirbrook Free throw line, drives past the D, puts it up too strong off the window. Taylor has the rebound, switches pivot foot through the contact to John Scott. Missed the shot, short off the front iron, and Henderson has the West Side rebound. 3:18 left to go. West Side leads 65-47 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Shirtliff, Henderson, left wing to Brown. Rebels scored 29 in the first half. They've managed just 18 so far here in the second. Ward turns and shoots, and Muirbrook swats it. Precision play of the game brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham. The block by Logan Muirbrook. John Scott dribbles to the left angle and swishes the shot through. 65-49, and Rich takes a timeout with 2:52 left to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. We'll take a quick timeout as well and be right back on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
More than 1,300 rural hospitals were evaluated, and for the third year in a row, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital placed in the top 100 for quality as well as best practices and critical access, with a 24-hour emergency department, orthopedics, home health, a residential nursing home, physical therapy, surgical services, family doctors, chemotherapy, dialysis, and more. So, when it comes to your health, make sure you're seen by the best. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
A 16-point deficit with 2:52 left to go. It's going to take a lot for Rich to get back into this, but they have hopes. Boy, ICS only hit 2 threes in the first half at Wendover and only trails by 6 points at against the Wildcats. Henderson to inbound, holding and gives to Brown. Rebels applying some pressure. Kyler Wilson with the steal, gives to Scott. John dishes off. Taylor, one dribble, goes up strong, gets it to go, count it, and one. Riley Taylor with the hoop. Rebels get the steal on the inbound pass and convert it into some quick points. They're going to need 4 or 5 more of those and some baskets. Westside Pirates don't like the call. The foul charged to Easton Henderson. And we'll see if Riley Taylor can hit the free throw. He's got 6, 7, 8 points, 6 of those from the free throw line. Make it 10 points with that basket. 65-51, 65-52. A 3-point play the old-fashioned way for Riley Taylor. Makes it a 13-point game. Wilson defending Beckstead, fouls him heading up court. That's a 7th, I think, will be a 7th Rebel team foul, so Beckstead will have a 1-and-1 opportunity. That is indeed Wilson's second personal. Rebel 7th team foul, so Beckstead at the line, shooting 1-and-1. Well, this game could come down to free throws if Rich can keep going offensively and get some defensive stops. Beckstead's free throw, first one good. He's 2 for 3 at the line so far tonight for 13 points. Shirtliff leading the way with 21, 13 of those in the third quarter. He hasn't scored yet here in the fourth. Beckstead's second, swish. 67-52 and a 15-point West Side lead. Wilson across the timeline, gives to Greer. Rebels have got to have some urgency, down by 15 with 2.5 to go. Greer mishandles it, gets it back to John Scott in the left corner. John picks it up, fires up top. Taylor, right side, drives through the lane, through the contact, misses the shot from the right block. It was about 3 feet off the basket, and Westside with the rebound. Good move by Taylor. I like the physical move, but just couldn't quite finish. Beckstead at the top of the key. Rebels pressuring. He lobs it free throw line to Blaze Brown. Skip it to Shirtliff left wing. It rims out, and Greer has the Rebel rebound. Dribbles up through traffic, pushing the tempo. Dishes off to Scott. John wanted the 3, but pressure was there. Picks up the dribble, pivots around, and gives to Muirbrook. Left side. Wilson for 3. It's blocked. Taylor comes up with it, kicks it back outside. Muirbrook for the long 2, just outside free throw line, misses short. And Wilson fouls Henderson as he comes down with the West Side rebound. So Wilson just picked up his 3rd. Rebels have Riley Taylor with 4 personal fouls. Greer, Wilson, Scott, and Muirbrook each have 3. And a 15-point deficit with 1:49 left to go. And Easton Henderson, who's 2 for 2 from the free throw line tonight, goes to the line for a 1-and-1. His first, plunks off the heel of the basket between right where the backboard meets the rim. So 67-52 the score remains. Scott wanted a 3, but the defense out on him. Taylor to Wilson. Looks to his left. West side in a man-to-man defense. Kyler dribbles to his right, then to Scott in the right corner. Lobs inside. Taylor backs in, goes up strong, and gets it to go. Riley Taylor from the right block. Another bucket. 67-54. Back to a 13-point game with 1:18 to go. Rich has to foul or get a steal quick. Blaze Brown on the right wing. Shirtliff on the left wing. Does the smart thing to eat some more clock. Are the Rebels going to foul? Not yet. 107, 106 left to go. Wilson reaches, tries to take it away. Up ahead to Beckstead, back to Brown. 60 seconds to go. Wilson reaches in, can't get it away from Brown. Then to Beckstead, 57, 56, and Wilson fouls Beckstead to put him at the line. That's Kyler's 4th personal. Rebel 9th team foul, or will that be number 10? Still number 9. So Beckstead with a 1-and-1, but he's 3 of 4 from the line, so it may not matter. We'll see what he does. A 13-point deficit with 56 seconds to go. Beckstead's first rattles and falls back through. Riley Taylor came down funny. He took a little push in the back fighting for that rebound and wrenched his back a bit. I'm 40 years old, so I know what that feels like. He's at 16, 17 years old. It shouldn't hurt as much, and yeah, he's just fine. Boxing out hard again. 69-54. Beckstead hits both free throws. 53 seconds to go, a 15-point deficit. Connor Greer slices through the lane, shoots, and Shirtliff swats it. Hedworth tips it away from Rich, out of bounds, Rebel basketball. Hedworth wanted to get the ball to him. He said he'd tipped it or thought he had tipped it off of Kyler Wilson and out of bounds, but no. A Mount Valley Cattle Company inbound play. Greer inbounds to Wilson on the left wing. Kyler dribbles around the top of the arc looking for some space. Greer out high on the right wing. Steps up to the top of the key. 3-point shot short. Riley Taylor offensive board. Turns, shoots, and hits. And the foul. I didn't see any contact there. But Riley Taylor, Shirtliff saying, no, I didn't touch him. But I didn't see any contact. But the official did. And I've proven myself tonight to be a very poor judge of what a foul is and isn't. That's 5 fouls on Shirtliff, so he fouls out with 21 points, 35.8 seconds to go. And 13 points in that third quarter. So Taylor hit the shot, has another chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Taylor's having himself a big fourth quarter, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, can make it 10 points for himself in the fourth if he hits this Bear Lake Realty free throw, and he does. Riley Taylor having himself a monster game. Rich trails by just 12 if they can get a takeaway or two, but Beckstead beats the pressure. Inside to Moser, lays it up and in. A reverse layup for Jackson Moser. Might be more than Rich can overcome at this point, down by 14. John Scott for 3, blocked by Beckstead, tipped, and Ward comes up with it, but he throws it up ahead to Henderson, across to Moser, 12 seconds to go. Moser almost throws it away, but Hedward come up with it to Ward. Back outside, Beckstead, and if Rich is smart, they'll just let this thing run out. Trailing by 14 and 2-1. There's your final horn. Westside wins 71-57. Quite frankly, Rich put up more of a fight than honestly I expected them to. A close 14-point loss against the Westside Pirates at home. The Rebels drop to 1-8. Westside improves to 8-2. I'll tell you more about it on our Jimmy John's Freaky Fest recap when we return on our post-game show after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, LSR Refrigerated, and the Walletines in Garden City. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Walletine clan wish the Rebels good luck. And by Cat Answer Technical Services, proudly supporting the Rich Rebels. The staff at Cat Answer Technical Services wish the Rebels good luck on the field, on the court, in the classroom, and in life.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's on mylocalradio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit mylocalradio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
Back at Rich High School and a 71-57 West Side win. Tell you more about it now, going into some detail on the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap at 113 Front Street in Evanston. Jimmy John's, where fresh and fast meet. And in tonight's game, the Rebels hosting the West Side Pirates Friday night after a tough loss at North Summit the night before. Freshman lost, JV lost in a close one, and Rich kept toe-to-toe with West Side for the first 8 or 12 minutes. So West Side had a 16-12 lead after they went on a 5-0 run to close out the first quarter. Kyler Wilson hit 5 threes in the first half to help Rich keep pace, and Rebels trailed by just 5 after 2 quarters. But West Side used a big run in the third quarter, outscoring Rich 24-14, and most of that 14 came late in the third quarter for Rich. And then Rich continued to battle and kept it close in the fourth quarter. Riley Taylor had 2 old-fashioned plays, or 2 three-point plays the old-fashioned way, the and one with the foul and then the free throw made. Taylor had 16 points to lead the Rebels, but just wasn't quite enough as the Rebels fall short 71-57 in the loss against the West Side Pirates. It's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, where fresh and fast meet 113 Front Street in Evanston. Stay tuned. The Rolling Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet shot and play of the game, plus the Garden City adjustment of the game and the McKay Frankham precision play of the game when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at West Star Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit West Star Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. West Star Printing, 307-789-5202.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activity, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Back on the post-game show, Rebels 71-57 loss against the West Side Pirates. Rich, 39% shooting. They cooled off in the second half. They hit 7 threes in the first half and then just 2 in the entire second half. Connor Greer and Logan Muirbrook each hit a 3 in that second half. Let's move along in our post-game coverage with the McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game. And that came with from Logan Muirbrook. Late in the fourth quarter, West Side attacking. Rich needed a stop, and Muirbrook provided it. As I think it was, who was it, went up for the shot? Wayne Beckstead, maybe? Anyway, Muirbrook went up and stuffed it. Logan had a couple of blocks in the game, and that one was huge to help Rich keep hopes alive for coming back. They didn't, obviously, losing 71-57, but big play there from Muirbrook. The precision play of the game brought to you by McKay Frankham Dental Services at reasonable rates for the whole family at 170 Arrowhead Drive in Evanston. The Garden City game adjustment, Garden City where families play. In beautiful Bear Lake, visit gardencity.ut.us. And that adjustment of the game for Rich came at the free throw line. They did not attack well last night at North Summit and only attempted, let me get the right number for you, just 6 free throws in the entire first half. And they finished with 18 free throws in the game, but they attacked more, especially in the third and fourth quarters, and that's where the adjustment came after attempting no free throws in the first half. Rich attempted 6 in the third quarter and 5 in the fourth. So that's a 1,000% increase on free throw attempts, and a part of that was just attacking, getting down into the Bear Lake Physical Therapy paint. Riley Taylor scoring some points down inside, and Rich doing much better attacking the hoop in that second half than they did in the first half. That's your adjustment of the game, brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. By Garden City, where families play. And your Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet shot and play of the game. The shot, Kyler Wilson's three-point shooting in the first half, 15 points, 5 threes, helped Rich keep pace. Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet shot of the game. A community-driven dealer, that's Auto Farm Chevrolet. Play of the game was the Rebels' first bucket. Connor Greer had the ball. Rich was down 2-0. Greer got past the D, drove in, sliced to the hoop, and laid it up and in for the basket. Rolene Kennedy's play of the game. Community-driven dealer, that's Auto Farm Chevrolet. Stay tuned. We got more of the post-game show coming up. We'll hear from Buckwheat about the Rebel wrestling team when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
Back on the post-game show, 71-57. Westside earns the win. Rich now at 1-8 ahead of tomorrow night's game at Bear Lake in the Bear Lake rivalry. A tough one tomorrow night for the Rebel boys. Let's move on with our Rebel sports update and hear about the Rich Rebel wrestling team and what they've got going on this time of year. They played. They had a duel last night with Evanston JV and at the Wind River tournament next week. Let's hear more about it with Justin Adams, a.k.a. Buckwheat, at Rich High School, a sophomore. Justin, thanks for your time.
No problem.
It feels weird to say Justin.
Yes, and some people say that, but most people say Buckwheat, like coaches and all that.
Speaking of coaches, how's your sophomore year of wrestling going?
It's going pretty decent. There's some matches I could have won, but at the same time I lost. But it's been ups and downs, but it's been good.
Last weekend was at Bear Lake, right? How'd you do?
I took third place. It was a hard tournament. Most of the kids didn't make it to the third and fourth, besides me and Jaden Rao. But I thought our team did pretty well.
What weight are you wrestling?
220.
Was there like a team title? Did somebody win the team title and you guys took sixth or something?
Yeah, so Star Valley took first, then Grace, which those two are really good programs. I think there could be state championship for their team.
So you mentioned Jaden took third as well, and then Keller took fourth, right?
Yes, that's correct.
How about, so you're at 220. Did you have to lose some weight between football to get down to 220 for wrestling?
No, I kind of stay at 209. Then Cooper wants me to go at least 215.
Okay. So you've had to put on a few pounds.
Yeah.
Does that mean extra steak or what?
Yes and no.
What have you done? Are you trying to just get in the weight room and build some muscle?
Yeah, Cooper wants me to get more muscle in my legs because I shoot a lot and sometimes in my arms, but mostly on my legs.
So that was the next question I wanted to get into, was your personal wrestling style, throws, shots. You just said you shoot a lot.
Yes, that's correct. I shoot mostly firemen's and low singles, but most kids think I'm throwing, but I actually shoot all the time.
How long have you been wrestling? I mean, did you start as a little kid?
Well, I started in probably second or first grade. And throughout the middle school year, I kind of peaked up, and now we're still thriving.
What do you like about wrestling?
Just like the wrestling team. Like, we're a family. We fight sometimes, but we still be friends. We still be family to each other.
Like brothers is what some of your other guys have told me.
Yes, that's correct.
Buckwheat, the rest of the team, how's the season going?
Well, Modoc early, I'm pretty surprised he's doing way good for his first year coming back in high school. He wrestled in middle school in 8th grade, but last year he didn't play wrestling. He played basketball. So I'm pretty surprised on that. Then just the team doing way well. I'm hope we can take the state. I'm trusting everybody in the team.
Do you think all these tournaments in Idaho and the duels with Big Piney and things like that, you got Evanston this week, at the Wind River in Wyoming next week, does that kind of stuff prepare you guys well for who you'll face and the type of competition you face in Utah?
Yes and no. No, because we don't know what they're going to do, like all their moves and all that. But yes, because we can have that mentally prepared state of, hey, I can do this, I can win tournaments and all that.
Anything else we should touch on about Rich Rebel Wrestling?
No, I don't think so.
Sophomore at Rich High School, Buckwheat, Justin Adams. Thanks so much for your time. Good luck with wrestling this year and the rest of your sophomore season.
Thank you, and you too.
Thanks so much, Justin. It was a pleasure to talk with Buckwheat about the wrestling team. They'll be at Wind River next week. We'll tell you more about what else is coming up this weekend and into next week when we return on the postgame show. 71-57 Westside with the win over Rich on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Two of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tusher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
We take your fun very seriously. That's why we put so much emphasis on training and experience with our mechanics at Cash Honda Yamaha. Whether you're getting it ready for an upcoming season, putting it away for the winter, having routine maintenance, or have a mechanical problem, we want to make sure that when you're ready to have fun with it, it's ready for you. Don't trust your fun to just anyone. Make sure you bring all your service work to Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley.
Welcome back. Post-game, the Rebels lost 71-57 against Westside. It's been an interesting season. At times, Rich, when they play hard, when they have a game like tonight, they've kept it closer. They beat Pinedale in double overtime at Flaming Gorge. They hung with a very good Mountain View team that in that game, and I've heard analysis from Mountain View's coach who said, man, we just didn't play well against Rich. And sometimes you don't play well, sometimes your opponent plays well, and I think that was maybe a combination of those two factors when Rich hung tough with Mountain View. But Rich hangs with Westside tonight, and we'll see if Rich can put together a similar performance tomorrow against Bear Lake. That'll be a big question mark for Rich, and needing a win as they start region play next Friday at Tabiona. But again, a final 71-57 tonight against the Westside Pirates. The Rebel boys will get back in action tomorrow against at Bear Lake, and let me tell you about first. Before we get into that, the Rebel wrestlers have the rest of the weekend off. They were scheduled to be at Wind River Tournament, but that was moved to next weekend. So Rich will be there Friday and Saturday after a duel at Lyman on Thursday. Rebel girls basketball tomorrow, right back into action at the Fossil Classic. The JV team takes on the Kemmer JV at the Canyon Gym at 1:30, and then the varsity team takes on Farson Eden at the Canyon Gym at 3 p.m. So we'll probably be able to do a video stream of the JV and varsity games tomorrow afternoon from Kemmer. And again, our pregame coverage will start at 2:20 for the varsity action. Rebel boys basketball tomorrow at Bear Lake. Freshmen at 4, JV at 5:30. Our varsity pregame starts at 6:20 as the Rebels participate in the Bear Lake rivalry up on the north side of the lake in Montpelier. Also tomorrow, Wyoming men's basketball team in action. We'll have the broadcast on our sister station, KNYN, men's basketball hosting the UNLV Runnin' Rebels. Pregame's at 4:30, but we'll join in progress. I think there's a Mountain View basketball game that will go until 4:30 or 5 o'clock, and then we'll join the Wyoming Cowboys in progress. Looking ahead quickly to next Tuesday, it's picture day at the high school, Southridge Elementary, Northridge Elementary class pictures, Rich Middle School basketball pictures and such. That's on Tuesday, January 14th. Thursday, the Rebel wrestlers at Lyman. Friday, wrestlers at Wind River Tournament, Friday and Saturday. Boys basketball back in it at Cokeville next Thursday, and the girls freshmen take on Kemmer. And also, looking ahead to next week, the drill team has the regionals. The regional competition is at North Summit High School in Colville. That's next Friday, January 17th, beginning at 5 p.m. That's it for a look ahead, and that wraps up our post-game show. Again, a final of 57. I should say 71 first. 71-57, Westside with the victory over the Rich Rebels, and Rich drops to 1-8 on the season. Westside improves to 8-2. Join us tomorrow afternoon when Rebel girls basketball gets back in action against Farson Eden at the Fossil Classic. Our pregame starts at 2:20 here on KDQ and MyLocalRadio.com. For Rob Leifson, tonight's videographer, our producer in the studio is Alyssa McDaniel. Thanks so much for your time and work tonight, Alyssa. I'm Ryan Steineckert, and we'll talk with you again soon.
You've been tuned in to Rich High School basketball on Rebel Radio, KDQ FM 98.3, with live video online at MyLocalRadio.com. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by these Rebel supporting businesses and individuals: Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, by Plains Tire of Evanston, the Come On In of Casper, The Store, by Evanston Regional Hospital, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, and by MyLocalRadio.com. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media. Our executive producer is Val Cook. We thank our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, and our sales manager, Julie Burley, along with Evanston's Elin Olive, the Bridger Valley's Jake Hibbard, and our production assistants, Preston Bush, AJ Lamb, and Alyssa McDaniel. Biggest thanks of all to our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit MyLocalRadio.com for archived games and past interviews with Rebel players and coaches. And like MyLocalRadio.com on Facebook to stay up to date with the game broadcasts. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of Rich Rebel Basketball on KADQ FM 98.3 and online at MyLocalRadio.com. Until next time.
Yeah!